Good morning. So obviously in yesterday's lesson we learned how to do a Matt Wisniewski and a Christopher Relander using mostly natural kind of backgrounds. Today, sorry, just waiting for my computer to catch up. So today we're going to be looking at the Spanish one, Antonia Mora, the Spanish artist, Antonia Mora, who looks at a little slight bit of surrealism, but most importantly he blends his background into his foreground, and he kind of adds this surreal little idea that the buildings are coming out of the people's heads. Alright, so first of all I'll show you kind of where I've just got to, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start all over again and we'll just go from there. Okay, so this is where are we? So this is Charlize Theron, black and white image. And then this is the Science Centre in Valencia. Gorgeous building. As you can see, it's quite circular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and add that surreal idea that that is actually Charlize Theron's head. So, first of all, I'm just going to crop this a little bit, just so that we've just got a head. Okay? In fact, you know what? We'll do that later on. What I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to show you how to use this. Just chop off a bit of the image. So I'm just going to chop off her head, hold Control, get on your right layer first, hold Control, press X, and you've got rid of that. Okay, now use the blending tool, so this one here, and then you come here, gradient tool, sorry not blending tool, it blends into the background. And then we want this one on the basics, so you can see that already I've chosen it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the top, and I'm just going to blend it into the bottom, and as you can see that white wave is just coming towards that really harsh line that I've created, and it's going to softly just blend it in. Can you see? So we don't want that really harsh white line, we want it blended like so. Cool. Alright, now let's bring the Science Centre back. We're just going to transform it. Drop the opacity just so that I can kind of square it up with a head and make sure that it looks like it's in place of a head, as you can see there. Bring the opacity back up, press enter because it's spot on into place. And now I'm going to go back to this gradient tool, but this time I'm going to stay on this layer 2 and I'm just going to go up. And as you can see, I'm just really slowly. Do you know what, in all honesty, I'm going to keep the opacity down so that I can see how high I'm going. And you do want that little bit of line there. So if I press opacity now, I've got that line there. And then I go to make sure I'm still on the layer, and then change my idea. You can see that you've got all these things to experiment with, but I'm obviously going to go to multiply, if I can find it. There it is. So you can see that obviously the two layers are merging into one another. Okay, so still on layer 2, I'm going to go on this, I'm just going to push it up that little bit further, look. And you can see her nose just poking through with the Science Centre. And I'm just going to crop it. Like so. I'm going to make it quite a long portrait. Antonia Mora does all different kinds. I'm just going to do this. Now on layer 2, just to push it a little bit further, so you can, you know, screenshot that or whatever and chuck that into your portfolio, your PowerPoint, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to go soft round pressure size, just as we did with the Relander. And I'm just going to ever so slightly just rub some bits out, really softly. So you can see Charlize Theron's face just poking through there. because it's fine just having that line, like a lot of Moira's work. I just feel as though his most successful ones are the ones that blend in. You see? So it's just ever so slightly different on that side. And I'm just going to kind of blend that in on one side. Bring that down. Blend that in. And then voila. You've got your Moira work. So just like that. Okay, so that's really nice and simple. So once again, all you've got to kind of get into your head is the eraser tool, the gradient tool, and the rectangular mark key tool. Okay, the most important thing that you cannot forget is the gradient tool. You need to go here. Where is it? Onto basics and check that it is the background merging into the nothing, this transparent layer. Okay, so there you go. Alright, see you in class.